another meeting.
Huh.
I probably had 2 meetings open of the same thing.
I think if you're not a paid member, I think it's a new code every time.
I am a paid member.
Oh, okay. There we go.
Actually, Kevin gave us this so that we could use this. So that we're a satellite group of the Team Genesis. So Kevin allowed us to use his thing like he does when other people host his thing. So I started recording, and just wanted to start out by saying thank y'all for being here. And as far as I know, Ernie's still our superstar.
Yay, Ernie!
He has 2 whole Success Club points. So I've been inviting like crazy, but I haven't, all I hear is crickets, so I haven't gotten any replies at all. Yes, no, or kiss my foot or anything. So, and I thought about using that script that Marissa used that she mentioned in the call that Kevin had about, hey, I just wanted to invite you. If I'm bothering you, let me know, and I'll leave you alone for a while. That may be a useful script. What do y'all think about that? Did you see that? She posted it in the Build Your Business.
Yeah, she uses that as a last call type of thing. So it's her last. This is the last time I'm going to send you an invite. Are you ready to join or not? So that's what that was.
So that's after 7 or 8 or 9 invites.
Well, I think it was like a couple.
Really?
Like a couple invites and crickets, and then she's just, because they showed interest, and then nothing, and then crickets. So.
Yeah, I guess it depends on the person, because I have a few people that I've invited, probably 7 or 8 or 9 times. And they say, oh, no, it's not a good time, not a good time. And I say, well, I'll quit bugging you. And they go, no, let me know when the next one is. Let me know when the next one is. So there's a few people who are hanging on. I feel kind of bad about bugging them all the time, but they seem to be okay with it.
I think that's a key. We tend to do that. We tend to take things personally when, we invite, and it's crickets. And we think, we're starting to get on their nerves in that. And we need to not take that mentality, because what we have to offer, they need.
Right.
And they'll tell us. Believe me, they'll tell us, or they'll block us or something when we become a pain in the butt. So don't take it personally, because I can tell you, I've signed up people that I gave up on, and possibly people that it's been years, and all of a sudden from nowhere, hey, you still doing that Beachbody thing? Hey, I'm interested. So, if we tend to be our worst enemies in that, we think that we're getting to be a pain, and we take things too personal in this business. Just remember that what you have is really important. I mean, Steve, look how it's changed your life. I mean, that's an amazing story like that. They're right there. Just keep sharing that story, and eventually they'll come around, or they'll tell you to get lost or block you on Facebook.
I wonder how many people have unfollowed me, and because you don't know.
Yeah, and I've had my share, I'm sure, but such is life, and some of those, I bet you some of those will eventually come back too.
Well, part of the pitfalls of being in a multi-level marketing program, we were in Amway 40 years ago for a few months, and it just wasn't for myself and my wife. It was not the kind of, we loved the products, we loved the people that we were working with, but we were never trained to take that impersonal approach. It was all too personal. So when somebody said no, it hurt too bad. Mm-hmm. And what we've got to get over is judging people. Like, some of the most surprising people may say yes, You don't know. It's up to us to let them make their decision. Just like it's up to us not to tell them, well, you need to do 21-day fix. No, you need to do what would work for you to accomplish your goals. And that's part of that conversation issue that sometimes we get ahead of ourselves. We want to make a suggestion before we really learn what their goals are.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've got to take the time to learn what their goals are. And when we're in a blitz period like this, sometimes we forget that. But I think, Ernie, your story was that this was a long-term conversion, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I signed him up, got him as a customer and a coach last Wednesday. And I've been talking to him for probably an entire year. And he committed months ago that he wanted to sign on as a coach, probably at least 6 months ago. And just things got in the way. He owns several properties, so, you know, he's a landlord. And well, this time now he lost, you know, tenants here. And now he had to, you know, pay to fix property here. You know, so it was really just kept on pushing it off. And, you know, I just kept touching base with him in that. And I finally asked a question last month I asked a question. Let me see if I can find how I put it to him.
DJ's on the move.
You guys have to travel with me. I left the TV on upstairs.
You're not cooking supper?
No, Laura's, my wife is out of town. She's in New Orleans now.
Oh.
Because we have family there. You know, my in-laws live there. So she would go visit them. She didn't want to go in July because it was too hot. But then, I know I turned it to you. But then she was like, her mom got sick. So she's like, oh, now I got to book a plane. And the earliest she can get was in August. So
August probably isn't any cooler than July, is it?
It's actually worse. So she's like, oh, no, it's worse. That's all right.
So Kevin gave me a question one time about I could ask people, well, if you became a Beachbody coach, how would it change your life? So I took that question and I applied it to this gentleman, and I said, I got a question for you. If you became a Beachbody coach and started making the same money that you made from the properties, would you keep them? Just me being curious, nothing else. So, and what that did is it made him think about, was he enjoying, you know, being a landlord? And his reply back to me was, it's funny, but I'm actually going to start selling the properties because, you know, it's not profitable. I'm not enjoying it. And next thing you know, I don't know if that was the right question that just, you know, piqued his interest more, or if it just was just the right time that I just was there. But I just threw that question to him, and it was just funny. All of a sudden, he made the commitment. And I shared that with Kevin, and he was like, well, that was a perfect way to approach that, you know, and that was before he signed up with me. You know, I said, I don't know if I did the right thing, but I took your question, I tweaked it a little bit, and Kevin was like, no, that was great. You know, you made it personal to what the situation was. And I don't know if did that work or not, you know, but.
How have y'all been doing on the blitz?
I'm doing good.
Are you reaching out to your 47,000 people a day or whatever it was your goal was, DJ? You're pretty optimistic about how.
No, I'm a bronze, but yes, I am reaching out to my 3 a day, but I'm actually, you know, have more. So what I committed to is 3 a day, but yeah, I'm doing way more than that. So yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Yeah, you said you were going to try to operate at the gold level, so.
Right. And that's pretty much what I'm doing. So it's as far as invites concerned, no, not so much. But as far as everything else is concerned, yeah. And Ernie, if you don't mind, I'd like you to post that question on our page so that I would like to kind of tweak it and use it too, because that's a really good question. I like that question a lot.
Okay. The one that Kevin gave to me?
Yeah.
Sure, we'll do.
And then also I had, I almost did the same thing and jumped right into, I have the perfect workout for you today. Somebody I've been talking to, like you guys have, for years about it, and she finally joined my clean eating group this time. And so she works out at home, but she has her own equipment. Perfect, right? So I was I have the perfect. I was gonna say shift shop, and I was like, wait a minute, let's see what she likes to do, and then go from there. So that's what I asked her. I said, so what kind of workout do you like to do? So,
that's great.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Hey, DJ, which of the paperwork forms are you using? Because I know Beachbody has one. Marissa posted one. I'm kind of curious what people are doing because I'm really bad with the paperwork.
So I have this. I have my little folder. I keep everything in. I'm using both this one.
I don't know why mine's backwards.
For the Blitz one. And then I'm using this one for the team thing. So I think Marissa put both of these up.
Okay. So this one that everybody's using?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a weekly tracker. So,
right.
Because there's also
the one that Marissa did for daily. That's Tuesday.
Okay, let me see. I think I downloaded like every piece of paper in the world.
I didn't like the Beachbody one because I didn't like it wasn't right for what we're trying to do to me.
There's no place for names.
Right. I didn't like it. I had downloaded 2 and printed it out and I threw it away. So this is the one Beachbody has and I just I don't like it. So the one that Marissa did, perfect.
Okay, so this one I haven't used at all. I've just been using the weekly one, but I think I need to try this one. I get behind on the paperwork. I'm not a paperwork guy. I need some of DJ's skills at tracking stuff.
That's one of the things. That's one of the problems with Teamsy is that I've been using Teamsy and I've got a bunch of people that I need to follow up with, and that's who I've been inviting is the people that I'm following up in because I've invited them before. Yeah. So I'll send them an invitation and I'll hit send, and then I'll start in the other one. And I'll say, who was that? I forgot to write that down. So then I've got to waste 10 minutes trying to figure out who it was I sent it to so I can keep track of it on here. So.
Well, if you're using Teamsy, it tells you who you contacted. Yeah. And I'll pull that up right now so that you know where to find that at. But I have also made like a spreadsheet on Google Docs because this isn't enough for me because I'm talking to right now about 50 people a day that I contact. I contact 5 new ones a day, but I keep a track on how long I form them, I call it. And it's like friends of friends, and I'm liking their stuff for about 3 or 4 weeks and commenting on their stuff. And then I go to the forming process, which takes another 3 weeks or so until I get to the invite stage. So it's a whole process for me. Right now I got about 50 people that I'm juggling. So I definitely keep on Google Docs. That's my main way that I keep track of everybody.
You're amazing, DJ. That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Well, it takes me about 2.5 hours to go through everybody every day.
Wow.
That's great.
Right.
Yeah, I'm in the past I've just used a spreadsheet to try to keep track of people. Because the other challenge for me is like, how did I contact them? Was it on Facebook? Was it on email? Did I text them? Because then typically I'll try to remember something about the conversation. And I can't figure out where I had talked to them originally.
Well, Teamsy will let you put notes in about stuff like that, but you just got to take the time to put the notes in.
Right.
Well, you should be putting notes in right after you finish the conversation. So
Yeah.
unless it's like a face-to-face or, even on the phone, if you're not by a computer, I will go later and put in notes because that's how you're going to remember, right?
Yeah.
So I love Teams. I use Teamsy every day, but it was just not. I didn't want to put 50 follow-ups in there, So, so.
Well, I've got 30-something follow-ups that I'm behind on right now. So
That makes me so nervous. I can't be behind on my follow-ups.
I'm way behind. but I only put in like 1 or 2 days, and I should have put in a week or more. The default is 30 days. So. Say again?
You only worked 1 or 2 days this week, Steve?
No, I've worked every day.
Oh, okay.
That's what I do is I put it, and I started the oldest follow-ups, which are the ones that I asked, several days ago. Mm-hmm. So that's how I'm behind.
Okay.
How soon do you follow up with somebody if you haven't heard back from them?
I do 2 to 4 days. It's what I want to do.
So if I message them today, I don't contact them tomorrow, but I'll contact them the next day. So within days, I follow up with them.
So I use Automatic CEO. I'm fairly new at it, so I'm still figuring it out. But here's some interesting data. I don't know if it's accurate data or not, but I'll share it, and you can compare notes to see what your experience might be. A couple of weeks ago, I sent out an email for Daily Sunshine, and I meant to send it out on a Friday, and I must have messed it up and sent it out on a Saturday instead. And Automatic CEO lets you know who has opened an email and if they've clicked on any links in the email. And so I think altogether I had about 43 or 40 out of about 450 emails. I had about a 43 open rate, which isn't bad actually. But they were scattered out over a number of days. I mean, I'm still getting them 1 or 2 every day. Yesterday, I sent out an email for a challenge group, and I made a video and put that in the email, inviting people to join the challenge group. So that one went out early this morning, and I've had already 50 emails opened, and 8 people actually clicked on the link.
Oh, wow.
So that's I think statistically, that's a really good open rate. Mm-hmm. Here's what else I learned on it, though, because I debated. The whole idea behind the video was that if you do the video, then you don't have to put a lot of text in the email. I think that's a mistake because only 8 people watched the video out of 50 that opened it. So I probably should have doubled up. I probably should have put all the information that was in the video also in the text of the email, so that if people aren't inclined to watch the video, they'll still get the information.
Right.
Yeah.
So next time I'll do that.
Yeah, just put the bullet points in on what's important that you talked about.
Yeah.
That's a good job. I used Automatic CEO for 2 years and got crickets the whole entire 2 years. People would open it, but I never got a customer from it, or I never got, any of my returning customers never did anything. So I gave it up and went to Teamsy because I didn't want to pay for both of them.
Have you had better luck with Teamsy?
Teamsy's more organized. So it's more of like a contact management system to where it tells you who's up next and who to contact next. So that's why I like Teamsy, where Automatic CEO is more of a mail, email type of contact management system, where Marissa was saying there's another one that she uses and it's free. So I may check that one out just because it's free.
Is it Streak?
What is it?
Streak?
No, not Streak. It was something else. It was, I can't remember. I'm going to have to message her and find out. or ask her tonight when she's on the call.
I wasted a lot of time with Streak, and I never did understand how people made that work. But
to me, Streak was more, it was too gaudy for me. I didn't like it. Was
it's
just,
a Gmail program. Have y'all tried that, Ernie or Jim?
No.
Yeah, it's
yeah, I was looking for everything that would work because I'm such a numbers person and such a, organized as far as everything has to be organized. And my process, to me, other than Teamsy, works the best. But I don't have an email process. And I know Automatic CEO was perfect for that, but I didn't want to pay for both of them right now until I get more of an income coming in. And then I'll probably back to something where I pay for. But it was called, oh man, I can't think of it. Anyway.
If you find out, post it on here for us.
Okay, I will.
Hell, I'll share something else. I made a post, I guess it was Sunday. Carolyn and I, my wife and I, ran the Rugged Maniac here in Pennsylvania on Saturday, and we both ran Elite. Only reason we ran Elite is because they have a prize. They recognize the top finisher, male and female, over 50. So she wound up being the top female finisher over 50 at the PA Rugged Maniac. So I have shared a photo of her and, congratulated her on my brand page, EK Fit. And that's reached 3,500 people.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's pretty awesome.
So that was just on your like page, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Wow.
And it reached that many people because, she had friends, liking it and commenting, and then their friends were seeing it. So that's how it reached so many people.
yeah.
So it's pretty awesome, that to see something like that work so well.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's how that works. You've got to do something that strikes a nerve to a certain number of people, and then it goes almost viral. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And you need to be following up with some of those people.
Well, unfortunately, I don't see a lot of who it is. I just see the reach. So
if they like it, then you have you have a capture.
Right. Yeah. I need to follow up with ones that actually like the post itself. But it doesn't have that many likes right on the post. It's when it was shared and liked beyond that. So I'll share the post to the group so you see the picture in that.
Well, I'll share something. I've been really hitting social media hard, especially on my like page, kind of chronicling the shift shop journey that we're all making, and I've had pretty good response to it. And I don't know if there's a cause and effect here. But in the past, when I've invited people my age, people I went to high school with, into a challenge group, I've gotten a lot of crickets. And I've had more interest in the invites I've sent out in the past week or so from that age group than I've ever had before. So, and the posts I've been putting on my like page, I've been really trying to emphasize that, this is a hard workout, but you can do it, you can modify it, you don't have to keep up with a trainer and so forth. I even had one day when my tribute to Steve White day, when I bragged about him being as old as he is and how good he had done and so forth.
Just a number. It's just a number.
So, yeah, but people seem to be responding to it. And the best one of all was this weekend I was out of town, and so I took a picture in the hotel room because I did my workout in a hotel room. And there's a friend of mine who's on the East Coast. He's from Arizona, but he's on the coast now working. And he put a comment on it. He said, I'm living in a hotel and I've just been shamed. So I talked to him on the phone today for a long time. And this guy, he was a Navy SEAL. He played professional football for a while. Got a really interesting, varied background. So, knew him in high school. He was on, obviously on the football team in high school and stuff. And he's all of a sudden very interested. And I think it was really, I've asked him in the past, and he's always said, no, I'm fine. I have my own workouts and so forth. But there was something about that picture of me working out in the hotel room that just turned his light switch on.
Yeah, I liked his comment. He said something like, for a Navy SEAL, it's the hardest workout was the one you did yesterday, or something like that. Not the one you're doing today, but the one you did yesterday.
Yeah.
And I thought, that's a very positive sign. I would really hit him hard. I would really get in.
Well,
don't let him go.
I talked to him on the phone for a long time today, and he wants to lose some weight. He's got some limitation. He's got some arthritis and some respiratory problems now. But I just kind of gave him the options and said, it doesn't matter. You can modify. You can figure it out. I've got limitations too. I've got bad knees, and I've had asthma all my life, but I just modify and get around it. So,
hey, Jim, did you share a third-party tool with him?
Yeah, I sent him a couple of videos today after I had my conversation with him.
Right.
Yeah, and the really cool thing about the All Access Pass is that it used to be you have to really kind of figure out what program's going to work for them.
Oh yeah.
And he's a bit of a tough one because he's done P90X in the past. But he's not sure he's up to that level now, and he's put on quite a bit of weight. So I said, that's not to worry. If you want to do P90X, it's there. If you want to do something much easier, it's there. So we'll just get you signed up, and then you can browse them and find the one that's going to be best for you. And he's going to be living out of a hotel for another month or so. So I said, just pick the one that you have room to do it in. So.
How do y'all feel about that? The All Access Pass has really some cool things that you can look at and test all of the programs. But I think really your success comes when you do a program from start to finish. That's what I like about Shift Shop being 21 days. I love that 21 days. 90-day programs have no attraction to me anymore. I did P90. But doing a program from start to finish is when you're more likely to follow the meal plan. You're more likely to do the exercises for that short amount of time. How do y'all feel about that?
I agree. I think a 90-day program of hour-long workouts, that's a big commitment. So unless you're a real fitness addict,
real badass.
Yeah, really. I mean,
Ernie, unless you're an Ernie.
All right. Yeah, Ernie would do 2 P90Xs a day. And that's what
I didn't have to work.
But yeah, I agree. I think at 21, I think Beachbody is kind of figuring, tweaking this out, that about a 30-minute workout is good, and about a 21-day program is going to attract the new customer. And then once they get into it, then they might advance to something like a P90X.
I like the idea that with the All Access, that you can have them go in and pick and choose until they find the one that they can connect to. But yeah, I always tell them, once they find that program, if they want to get results, these programs work because they're developed scientifically. They're developed with the science behind it. It's just not, well, Tony decided he wants to do this kind of move today, or Sean decided this is what we're going to do. No, they take them and they really tweak them and develop them so that you're scientifically working all the muscle groups in that. So that's the important thing. And the shorter the program, I mean, what's the number one reason people don't want to work out? They tell you, I don't have the time.
Right.
Yeah.
So the shorter workouts, yeah, they definitely are the way to go. I don't think you'll see many programs where you're going to have, I think it's going to be based on the 30-minute workout just because it fits into people's days much better.
Yeah.
Well, the kind of workouts we've been doing with 21 Day Fix and with this Shift Shop, 30, 45 minutes, that's like 2 hours in the gym. I mean, it's a workout. It isn't, you aren't standing around looking in the mirror, you know, flexing your muscles and talking to chicks and stuff. It's a real workout. So,
Yep.
DJ, I wanted to ask you about your clean eating group. You said you had a whole bunch of people, 100 people in it or something crazy.
No, come on. You crack me up. No, I have, not including me and my wife, I have 13 people in there, and that's a first.
That's a big one.
Yeah. And what I'm doing different this time is, before I would just post and I wouldn't really check in with them as far as privately is concerned. Now I check, like yesterday I checked in with each one of them privately on private message. Got everybody, I think, but 2 replied back. So that, I feel like building that relationship is going to really increase this week. And I just can't wait till Friday. So, you know, because now I'm really starting to get into why they're in the clean eating group and what they want to do. And hopefully I get something out of it by Friday. So we'll see. My hope.
How long is your group? How many days?
5 days.
Okay. And are you how are you running? Are you sharing a recipe a day, or did you give them a bunch of recipes, or?
So I got because I've been running clean eating groups for over a year now. And I got somebody's plan a while ago that, and then I kind of tweaked it and kind of made it my own. And so I have a 5-day meal plan, breakfast, lunch, and dinner and snacks. And it tells them exactly what to eat. I got a shopping list. I got, what else do I have? And then I throw in post every day, just to like encourage them. I do 3 to 4 posts a day in that group. And I set them up with SenseShare, so they just automatically populate. And then I do a video day now and with the group. And what else do I give them? Oh, and then I started doing a new recipe, because my recipes are kind of old now. You know, I had a couple of returning people, so they wanted something new. So
yeah,
today I'm adding either a Beachbody recipe or Pinterest recipe.
Yeah, there's thousands of them on Pinterest. So
yeah. So if it's a 5-day program with a 5-day meal plan, do they get in the group? Like, I assume you start on a Monday. Do they get in the group like the prior weekend so that they can do the shopping before Monday?
So what I do is I start the Wednesday before. So I have to put them. They have to be in that Sunday the week before. That's the last day I'll accept anybody in, because on Wednesday is when I start posting my pre-stuff, like clean out your refrigerator. Here's your meal plan. Here's your snack list. Here's your shopping list. You know, so I post all that, and then on Sunday is now meal prep day. So all my pre-stuff starts on Wednesday.
Okay, so it basically runs from like a Wednesday through a Friday of the next week then.
That's correct.
Okay, and that's all on Facebook?
All on Facebook.
Yeah.
I don't like our thing that Beachbody has, just because they haven't figured out the video thing yet. It's so much easier for me to videotape on Facebook than it is to do it on that.
Yeah.
Well, you can do it on YouTube and then download it onto that, but that's a lot of trouble.
It's a lot of trouble, and it's a lot of work, where I can just go live on Facebook and it works out so much better. So
they're working on that. I think they'll get there eventually. I really like the Challenger Tracker app because it kind of forces them to put in their workout and their Shakeology, and we don't get a whole lot of interaction other than that in the regular comment feed, but I think it does create a little bit of interaction where you like somebody's post or whatever. So
Yeah,
that.
I like it for paid challenges. I don't like it for my free challenges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, they have to get an account on the freed one, and that kind of makes some people balk. They usually have to put in a credit card, and that makes people balk big time.
Right.
Yeah, they freak out over that. That's
Now,
for sure.
and I complained about that, and Milan checked with corporate, and they said they've tried in the past, and they haven't seen any difference in the results of people signing up or not. If they ask for the credit card, it doesn't make the overall numbers go down, but I don't know. That's the way corporate has looked at it, and it's their party. So
Yeah.
see how we're doing. It's about 8:15.
Hi.
Yeah, it's time to switch over.
What do you think about next week?
So next week, let me see. I think I'm good for Tuesday. Yeah, I'm good for Tuesday the next 2 weeks. So we're good.
So we're good.
Yeah,
All right.
I think let's do it, even if not everybody can make it. Let's
All right.
whoever can.
Thank you all for being here, and we'll shut her down and head over to Kevin.
All right.
Okay.
See you there.
See you in a minute.
Thanks a lot.